Peace, peace, fam. Welcome, welcome. Peace, peace, peace. We'll get into it in just a moment. Just a moment. Pretty crazy event for me today. And I definitely like to share with you all. Let's see if we can get YouTube up. Give me just a second. Let's wait for a few more people to jump in. What's up, bro? All right, we about to leave YouTube alone in just a second because we can't get in. One last try. So, topic for today is going to be peace, bro. Appreciate you jumping in my live too, man. You dropped a lot of great information as far as maps. What's up, bro? I'm glad to see you still out there training too, man. Like it's tough. It's slim pickings. A lot of the people out there are providing not the greatest information in terms of training, but you're doing a great job. So keep it up. Don't give up. But Doc, the maps thing I think is very important. I think that it's important for not only you to know how to read a map, but also those members in your family. Hi, beautiful sister. So today, hi, honey. Yeah, make it known, right? We know you on the live. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. In Gundry in Severn, Maryland, you can look it up. A gentleman today inside of that gun range decided that today was going to be his last day on earth. And that for me was very unexpected, right? But one of the reasons why we talk about training is because we want to use those skills that we learn in practicing and trying to get as close to the real thing as possible for real life situations, if it was ever to come to that, right? Whether we decide to have to use our firearms in self-defense, or whether it's a situation where we have to use our medical gear to stop the bleed. Well, let me take it back just a little bit. For those that are just joining us, a gentleman decided to take his life today in Cindy's Hot Shot in Severn, Maryland, self-inflicted. Taking it back just a little bit, we never understand how important kindness is to people, right? A lot of times people are in their own bubble, right? Going about your daily life. Just think about it. Everybody that was out and about today, right? You were pretty much in your own bubble. Even if you were situationally aware, you were out and about. Welcome. Appreciate y'all. We pretty much were in our own bubble. We had our own things going on. Life itself was going for each and every one of us, right? But we never stay. I think many people don't take the time to really acknowledge others and really just present kindness. It's so needed. Humans aren't that nice to one another. We really aren't at times. Now, I teach people how to defend themselves and the people that they love. But at the very last, at the end of the day, the very last thing we want to do is use our firearm to harm anybody, right? So today, this won't be a super long live, but today, a gentleman was in the gun range. You know, we're having a good time. Everybody's practicing, just enjoying themselves. And as time wind down for me to actually get ready to leave, this was probably closer to about, I want to say, 12:45-ish. 12:45-ish, I hear a guy yelling, hey, which, you know, ultimately at that point draws the attention of many of us, because we're on a range using firearms that could be very dangerous. So I looked to my right where the guys were, and then I looked to my left, which was 2 lanes over. And to my surprise, there's this late 50s, 6'2", 300 so pound white man laying on the ground, bleeding out of his face, right? We talk about 2 responses that people have in difficult situations, whether it be a situation with where your life is in jeopardy, or whether it be a situation where you have to think quickly, right? Fight or flight, or defend yourself, fight or flight. So in this scenario, I immediately grabbed my med bag out of my hard case and got on my knees and went over. I'm watching the guy gurgling. He's choking on the blood. When I tell you that we practice this thing, but until you actually have to dig your fingers inside of somebody's body and put gauze in and try to pack this wound so you can stop this bleeding so that they won't expire, and you're doing everything that you can or that you know how to do. This is why training is so important, right? Training for medical side, but also training for your firearm, right? On the other side of that, if people don't train how to use that firearm in defense of themselves and others, it is highly, highly unlikely that you won't do anything. You know, you get tunnel vision in a scenario like that, so I can see the other people up against the wall and just frightened, like fear, panic, all over their face, right? It was kind of crazy. As I'm still trying to pack this wound, I tear open the stop the bleed powder. I think Doc, who might be still on here, can attest. I think it's probably better to have gauze with quick clot in it than trying to pour that powder into a wound, just because it made it so much more challenging and messy where it's already messy to try to actually pack that inside of that wound itself, and then you're not getting as much of that powder in there as you could, which could potentially stop that bleeding, right? I know for sure for me, one of the things that is my mission in life now is to be able to teach people how to have those basic skills in some way, and then the advanced skills of stopping the bleed. So I don't know everything. I am going to tap and train and take classes myself with other individuals who have more knowledge than myself. That way I can share that knowledge with you all, my community, my people. Guys, do me a favor. Send this live to a couple people who need to know that the importance of being able, God's works better. Hard to control the powder. Absolutely. That powder was everywhere. Like, I looked at my pants, all over my pants. One of the other things I realized too, Doc, it's very challenging to put gloves on, right? So you got a choice. You can get to work at that time, or you can take your time and put gloves on. Now, I understand the safety hazard to myself, but in that moment, you're not thinking about the safety hazard to yourself as much as trying to help save somebody's life. For me, it was more important in that moment to render aid than be concerned about if I would contract anything from that individual. Prayerfully, I won't, and I didn't have any open wounds or anything like that or sores, so I think I'll be pretty good. But man, what an experience. What an experience, to say the least. Just think about it, right? We never know when things are going to take place in this life. We never know when stuff is going to hit the fan. A lot of us are thinking about different types of things in terms of preparation. If you look around the world and see what's going on, you would be very unwise to not prepare in some manner, some way, shape, or form. It's extremely important that you have some level of medical gear, some ability to be able to feed yourself for a period of time if you couldn't get to the store or the store ran out of resources, things such as that nature, water, so forth and so on. It would be extremely important to at least prepare yourself and your family. But to not get off topic, that scenario itself was almost surreal, because you've practiced for, hey, if you got to pack a wound, if you've got to put a tourniquet on, if you've got to do CPR on somebody. But to actually have to do it in real life, to know that you're sticking your fingers inside someone's body to try to stop them from bleeding, and then you switch out with somebody as they continue to pack and you begin chest compressions. It was a learning experience. I can say honestly, I've got real life experience with trying to stop that bleed for sure. I won't just be an average instructor with it, and I'll do my due diligence, and I'll do the work to make sure that I provide a better quality of product for each and every person that comes to any of my classes, whether it be a stop the bleed class or whether it be a firearms instruction class. You definitely have somebody that's committed to the process of making sure their community and anybody that wants to learn knows how to do those very, very important and critical things to save themselves or save others. Man, I appreciate you all for jumping in on this live and taking the time to kind of hear me out and how this day went. I wish that all of you be safe. I wish that all of you continue to train and be blessed. Peace and power.